All right, everybody, welcome back to the #1 television program in the history of the entire universe. I am Brian Lee Durfee, author of The Forgetting Moon, The Blackest Heart, and The Lonesome Crown, all three books published by Simon & Schuster's Saga Press. Today I'm going to be reviewing The Hunter by Tana French. It's a very orange-colored novel. Book #1, The Searcher, which I reviewed about a month ago and one of my favorite reads of the year, is a very green-colored novel. So they look really cool together on the shelf. They look really dope. I like them. I do collect all of Tana French's novels, and they're just really good, you know. So like I said, this is the sequel of The Searcher. We already kind of got, I love graphic design and cover illustration. We've already reviewed the cover. We've discovered that it is very orange. You could take it deer hunting and it would match your orange deer hunting clothing. So you probably would survive even more if you were reading this on the deer hunt. At least in Utah. I don't know what you have to wear in other states to deer hunt, but in Utah you have to wear stuff that's as orange as this. That has nothing to do with the book. Let's talk about the book. Now, if you want to watch my review of The Searcher, which I said one of my favorite reads of the year, just type in my last name, Durfee, into your YouTube search bar, and then type in The Searcher, or Tana French, or both, also into the YouTube search bar. And that book review will magically appear upon your television screen via some sort of wicked pagan sorcery that I don't quite understand, but it'll just happen. Trust me on that. So, what's the setup of these two novels? They're mystery novels. In book 1, we are introduced to a character named Cal. He's an ex-Chicago police officer, now retired, moved to Ireland. God almighty. We'll edit that out. We moved to Ireland, which is an island. He moves to Ireland to retire. He buys this kind of fixer-upper house in the middle of nowhere, Ireland, a small community, and he begins fixing it up, just enjoying the peaceful, idyllic life of living in the Irish countryside. And then he kind of meets this young, troubled teenage girl named Trey. And he kind of gets a girlfriend named Lena, and and then Cal and Lena are kind of like trying to mentor this young teenage girl, Trey. Initially in this first book, everybody's that seems kind of sus that a grown adult male would mentor a young teenage girl and teach her carpentry and things like that. And this girl helps, fix up the house, and everybody's kind of like, well, that's sketch. But over time, the community sort of accepts that, well, at least this girl was destined for trouble, and at least he's kind of course corrected her life. So people are kind of on board with the relationship of Cal and Trey, the young girl, and then Lena, Cal's girlfriend, kind of helping. But anyway, that's kind of the premise of book 1. That's where we start. Now, what happens is, one of the reasons that Trey, the young girl, is sort of troubled and a little bit weird and socially awkward and things like this is because her father was an idiot, and he hasn't been around that much anyway. Well, her father, Johnny, comes back into town. And we meet Johnny, and he's clearly, from the moment he steps on scene, the antagonist for this story. I mean, there's no real murder mystery in this story. This is more of a story of Johnny being a jackass to everybody. Now, there are murders that happen, but it's not really a murder mystery. Now, Johnny steps onto scene, Trey's father, and he's not a good dude. I mean, he's a braggart, he's a loser, he's delusional, he's a one-upper with every story, and he's not even slightly charming in any way. He's just dumb. And the whole thrust of the plot is he thinks he's gonna find some gold in the local mountains and make a lot of money. And everybody's kind of like, including me, as he's describing his quest, I'm thinking to myself, the gold in the Irish mountains, I bet with the amount of people that have lived in Ireland over the 2,000 or 3,000 years, I bet the place has just been scrubbed clean of gold. Every nook and cranny of it. I mean, it's small island. It's not like the American West, which stretches from Mexico to Alaska, which could still probably be filled with veins of gold. No, Ireland had probably, it's all probably been sucked right out of the ground. And as I was thinking this, I was like, okay, that's a stupid idea. But also in this book, other characters have conversations that were the what conversation I was having in my head. They are like, this is so preposterous that he thinks he's going to find gold in the local mountains. And he's got this, now Johnny has this millionaire helper that's kind of helping him with this scheme. And it is a scheme. I mean, Johnny's not as stupid as we think. This whole thing is just a scam. And Trey, the young girl, is now kind of pretending to be glad that her father's home and she's going to go help him. But the mystery of this story is Trey really helping him because she just wants to reconnect with her father? Or is this just her in a big plot for some sort of revenge that she's going to seek on her father? And we kind of are left in the air. We're kind of believing both as we read this, like, which is, I mean, it's not a murder mystery. It's not like a missing persons thing. Like book one was quite a missing persons like investigation. But like I said, there are murders that happen in this. It's much more, this is much more of a family drama that includes a really bad, stupid man as a father. Just like you hate him from the moment he steps on scene. You just like hate him. And it's such a great character. And then we've got Cal, who helps, the ex-Chicago police officer is the main character, really, and we haven't talked about him much. And then his girlfriend, Lena, that's one of the other sort of side plots is Cal and Lena, are they going to really get together? Or are they just happy living in separate houses and just being kind of like, friends with benefits type of a thing? Are they going to get together? Are they not going to get together? Because everybody in the community seems to think, well, they should get married. A lot of conversations like that. They're just great books. I really like them. And Tana French's writing style is exactly what I like. I mean, she's very descriptive with her prose. The characters are written great. The dialogue, it makes sense. Sometimes it's funny. Sometimes it's laugh out loud. Sometimes it's very heartfelt and poignant. Just a great book. I do think I like The Searcher slightly more. Like I said, one of my favorite reads of the year, probably going to be in my top 10 list of books of the year. The Hunter, though, the orange one, the one that you can take on the deer hunt with you. Pretty good. I mean, it's also a 10 out of 10, even though I think I like this one slightly more.